Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I personally didn't want to have to make this video. I ummed and ahed about it. I didn't necessarily feel comfortable with talking about this subject matter. I didn't personally, I just was upset, angry, all kinds of emotions because I'm dealing with four innocent lives that were lost at the hands of a deranged 14-year-old lunatic that was known to the FBI being deranged. They didn't do anything about it. And also, the father knew that his son had significant mental health problems, and he still gifted his son an AR-15 style rifle. So, this was unfortunately bound to take place because this young 14-year-old was lied to for the most of his life, and he felt like he could carry something like this out. 14 years old. It's a very young age to be doing something like this. You don't really know the full extent of what you're doing, do you? But nevertheless, this young person was so deranged that he thought that by killing innocent young people, as well as teachers, that he could perhaps help his cause. What was his cause? You may be wondering. Well, this person happened to identify as being trans. He used she, they pronouns. It's another reason why I didn't want to make this video, because yet again, we have this major mental health crisis on our hands, but it's only promoted significantly by the American government. The Democrats are supportive of this. They will say, we want to protect the likes of trans kids. We want to protect the misunderstood, but yet they're affirming the madness and the lie even more. It's not helping the issue. In fact, it's making it worse. The only way you can help these people is by psychological intervention. These people are mentally disturbed. And by saying or by affirming the mental disturbance, you're only amplifying it even more. And you're only going to make someone like this a martyr. He's not a martyr. What he is an evil, twisted 14-year-old who deserved more than just a jail sentence, I believe. You take innocent life, you deserve what the Bible says, a life for a life. This kid is going to get life in prison, and so is his father. His father gave his son an AR-15 style rifle to carry this out. What father does that? Maybe he was complicit. Who knows? But no father in their right mind, knowing that his son is mentally disturbed, hands over a lethal weapon. Another reason why I didn't want to make this video is because there's nothing Americans love more than an Australian talking about a school shooting. I'm not in favor of banning guns. I think Americans do have a right to bear arms, and I think it's the only thing that's keeping Americans safe at the moment, believe it or not. I'm not one of those Australians that go, you need to ban guns, you need to get rid of them. I'm one of these people that goes, you need to look at the person wielding the gun, because also here in Australia, if you don't fix the mental health problem, people are going to find nefarious ways to carry out what they want to carry out. We have a lot of youth crime here in Australia. We have a lot of knife crimes. We have a lot of things happening because of the mental health crisis. And if a person wants to find a way to carry out whatever the hell he wants to carry out, he will damn well do it. Nothing is going to stop him. We had the Bondi guy that ran around with a knife and stabbed and killed innocent people. Do you think banning guns or banning knives is really going to solve the issue? But yet the mainstream media, as well as the Democratic Party, wanted to ban guns. They saw this as a perfect opportunity. They love this sort of stuff. They don't feel for the families. They don't feel for it at all. They use it as a political motivator to remove the Second Amendment. And I mean, good luck to them, honestly. Because if you really think you're going to get rid of Americans' right to bear arms, you've got another thing coming. Try and take a gun off a redneck is like trying to take drugs off a of a bogan in Australia. They're one and the same. I know it's probably offensive to bogans and rednecks, but nevertheless, it's true. Maybe a rather crude way of saying it, but it's the fact of life. Okay. Am I saying that all bogans are druggies? Not all of them, but quite a few. But anyway, it's an analogy. Okay. Forgive me, bogans, if you're watching it. If you're watching this, maybe you are a bogan and you may agree with me. Anyway, that's beside the point. You don't ban the instrument. You look at why that person has picked up that instrument in the first place to carry out whatever the hell he wants to carry out. Now, in the hands of a lunatic, a deranged lunatic, that gun or that knife is obviously going to do some kind of damage. In the hands of a professional, however, that is mentally stable and knows how to use it, could be a different scenario. Also, in the hands of a mentally stable person who has a gun, walks around the street with that gun, he's obviously not going to do anything about it. He's not going to shoot random people. But when you've got a mental health crisis on your hands, like the one the transgender movement pushes to say that you can be something that you're not, the lie and the confusion with that, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to have a young 14-year-old that thinks that transgender people are being killed left, right, and center, which is a downright lie. And so what does he do? He goes after the ones that he thinks that are responsible, his classmates. It's absurd. It really is absurd. And it's quite tragic and sad because this young kid not only ruined his life, his father's life, his family's life, but the lives of all those people that he took. He took the life of a 14-year-old boy too. I mean, that's devastating to even say. 14 years old, life just gone straight away. All because this young person was lied to. And the government continues with the lie. They don't want to deal with the real issue. In fact, they just use it as a political motivation and means. It's ridiculous. I saw a young lady, she posted a video on, I think it was TikTok, that circulated over on Twitter, and she was saying the exact same thing. Banning guns is not going to do a damn thing. You got to look at the moral decay in our society. You've got to look at the mental health problems that not just America's got, but the entire stinking world's got at the moment. You got to look at that. We need help. We need Jesus back into the classrooms first and foremost. We need like spirituality. It's been deprived of so many people. So many people are angry. They're so angry. They're also so lonely. Men are confused. Women are confused too. You got all these mixed messages, not just coming from the government, but you got social media, which is the bane of human existence at the moment, with all these horrible ideas being pushed. Young kids are going on social media, looking at this stuff and being more and more indoctrinated or confused. And then you've got in America, in the school system, it's like no wonder you've got young 14-year-olds that are doing stuff like this, because you've got teachers that are going, oh, what do you prefer pronouns? Or if you say that you are a girl or a boy and you're something else entirely, or you're non-binary, that kind of messaging or that kind of rhetoric is not a healthy one at all. And it does more harm to a person's psychological, than it does any good. We know this. People have warned the politicians. Do they care? Nah. But yet they go after someone like JD Vance, who says that we need to have more armed guards in classrooms because school shootings are an unfortunately tragic part of life, which evidently they are when you've got mentally deranged lunatics like this 14-year-old running around identifying as being trans and taking the life of innocent young kids and teachers. This is his face. Have a look at it. A good hard look at it. This is the face of a young kid that believed in an evil lie. And there is more unfortunately, more young kids like this. And it wouldn't surprise me if you've got a lot of young kids out there that agree with what he did. It wouldn't surprise me. It would make me angry and really concerned, but it wouldn't surprise me because that's the kind of it's where the world's heading at the moment. Morgan McMichael goes, shocker, this person goes by she, they, and is a dude. Matt Wallace goes, every single mass school shooting in the last 2 years has been carried out by a transgender individual. We had the manifesto of Audrey Hale, the Covenant Christian school shooter who killed 6 innocent people. Took the lives of 6 innocent people, and the manifesto dictates that Audrey hated anyone that disagreed with Audrey. It took forever to release the manifesto. Why is that? Because it shows exactly what the lie of the transgender ideology speaks. It is demonic. Terrific. Chai Radic goes, the school shooting story basically disappeared after it came out that the FBI was warned about him in 2023. FBI knew about him. They didn't do anything. Blair White goes, why do we have more information about the Georgia shooter in 2 days than we do about the Trump shooter in 2 months? Trump shooting is a different story altogether because we had another deranged lunatic, but thank God he missed. Could have been a very different scenario if he didn't miss. But the whole information that we don't have with that, that's another interesting story as well. Blair White's right. Now, CNN posted this. And another thing that I could not stand was the mainstream media not telling the damn truth. I'm sick of it. You just don't hate the mainstream media enough these days. They can't do the right thing and tell the truth. But sometimes you get this. Discord account linked to suspect shared plans for mass shooting. The Discord account that the FBI had linked to Cult Grey last year referenced plans for a future mass shooting and shared screenshots of firearms, according to documents obtained by CNN. Again, this could have all been prevented. I'm committing a mass shooting and I'm waiting a good 2-3 years, stated the account user. According to the screenshots included in an FBI incident report from May 2023 obtained by CNN, I can't kill myself yet because I'm not contributing anything to culture. I need to go out knowing I did. The account referenced Adam Lanza, the Sandy Hook elementary school shooter, and in separate posts shared a desire to target an elementary school and expressed frustration with the acceptance of transgender people. And Libs of TikTok goes, breaking the Georgia school shooter had a Discord account where he wrote his intentions to commit a school shooting and expressed frustration about trans acceptance. His father revealed that Colt was bullied for being gay. It's time to have a national conversation about the modern LGBT whatever movement, radicalizing youth into becoming violent activists. Buck Angel, my friend, goes, how much more evidence do you need? Trans activists do not care about the well-being of these kids at all. Evidently, like you need a lot more evidence these days because the politicians don't care. Because if they were to do anything to say no, you have the radical activists that will yell and scream and jump up and down and say, it's not our fault. But who's the one that's doing school shootings? The deranged lunatics. The ones that have been told lies. It's a very sad issue indeed. And my thoughts and my prayers really do go out to the affected families. And there is definitely going to be a special place in hell for that young 14-year-old that committed these acts. Same with the father and anyone else responsible or complicit in this matter. But you guys take care, you be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.